take a comfortable seated position, bit of height if you need it. Keeping your back straight. Hang on, have I got that in the right place? Let's tilt it down a bit. There we go. Okay, so nice and tall. Big breath in through the nose and let it out. One more time and release. Okay, so fingertips just resting on the floor, just sitting up tall, shoulders back, opening your chest, relaxing your knees and your hips, closing your eyes. And well done us for getting on our mats this morning. We're awesome. Ha ha ha. I've been watching some American crap. Okay, so shoulders rolling up and back. Keep going. Relax your arms. And rolling the other way. And back again. And then letting your shoulders come up to your ears, chest out, chest expanded, and shoulders back, and then just letting your shoulder blades drop down and bringing your head, letting your chin just drop down towards your chest. Just feel that upper back. Okay, and then bringing your hands back onto your lap. We're going to do neck stretch now. So head over to one side, hand on your head, and just let the weight of your arm just gently stretch that neck really carefully. Okay, and then swapping sides. Inhaling and swapping and exhale. Inhale to center and exhale to the left. Inhale to center and exhaling to the right. Inhaling to center and exhale to the left. And then releasing, your shoulders drop. Then taking your left arm, palm facing up, leaning over to the right, fingertips on the floor, and stretching over, looking out underneath that left arm to make sure you don't collapse in your chest. Then inhaling, both arms up, really stretch, and then coming down to the left. Stretch your fingertips towards the wall on your left, keeping your right sit bone on the mat, inhaling back to center and to the right. Inhaling to center and to the left. Inhaling to center and to the right. Inhaling to center and to the left. And back to center. Relaxing your shoulders. Palms face down on your lap and pushing your palms towards your knees, arching your back, bringing your chest towards your chin into a seated cat pose. And then drawing your hands back as you inhale towards your groins, your chest coming out, your neck back, and exhale forward. Inhale, seated cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhaling back to neutral. And then getting rid of any props, bring your hands to the floor and bump up your hips into a downward facing dog. Maybe walk your dog out a little bit, pushing up through your hands, straight back. And then as you exhale, I want you to step or float to the front of your mat into a forward fold. Keeping your knees a little bit soft. And then inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Then inhaling, coming all the way up, fingertips up towards the ceiling, looking up between your hands, and exhale to mountain. So just checking your alignment, outside edges of your feet parallel with the outside edges of your mat, and your hips, your knees, and your ankles stacked. So inhaling, arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, little back bend, and exhale to mountain. Inhaling, arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, stretch, and exhale to mountain. Inhaling, arms up, and exhale, fold. And as you fold, stretching forward and down. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, soft knees, little back bend, and exhale to mountain. Inhaling up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, and exhale to mountain. And just take a couple of breaths here, checking your alignment, closing your eyes, shoulders back and down your back, tailbone just gently dropping, palms facing forward, your legs engaged, your thighs coming up towards your groin. Standing tall, and then spreading your toes on the mat, just feeling your feet on the ground. Inhaling your arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and then this time planting your hands shoulder width apart, fingers all spread, and step back into a plank. Just take a breath here, really pushing up through your arms, the eye of your elbow coming forward, and then as you exhale, bringing your knees to the ground, flatten your feet, back of your feet onto the floor, pushing back as if you're going into a child's pose, letting your elbows drop to the floor, and then sliding forwards between your hands until your chest and your chin are on the mat, and sliding your legs back, pushing up into a little cobra. And then tucking your toes, coming up into a downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. Move around however feels good. And then on your next exhale, step or float to the front of the mat into forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, stretching that head towards the wall in front of you, lengthening your spine, letting your tailbone drop away, and fold. Then inhaling, soft knees all the way up. Nice back bend, maybe a little deeper this time, and exhale to mountain. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, plant your hands, spread fingers, step back into a plank. And then as you exhale, knees, just chin, sliding your legs back, pushing up into a little cobra, and rocking over your toes into a downward facing dog. A few breaths. And on your next exhale, taking your left foot, bring it one big step forward between your hands so that you're in a lunge, and then bring your right foot to meet it and into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Just while you're here, just want you to use your fingers just to spread your toes out. Okay, and then inhaling, soft knees, coming all the way up, and exhale to mountain. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, fold, stretching forward as you go down. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, plant your hands and step back into your plank, nice and strong. So, just go through the alignment of this with you again. So you're pushing up through your hands, your fingertips are spread. Either your pointy finger or your index finger are pointing forwards. So your shoulders, so you're pushing up, you're not collapsing. So I don't want you to be like this in your plank. I want you to have some power coming up from the earth, through your arms, into your back. The whole of your core is engaged. And then I want you to go through another vinyasa, either knees, chest, chin, half yogi push-up or full yogi push-up, yogi's choice. I'm going to go through knees, chest, chin with you, so knees, chest, chin, inhaling into a cobra, and exhale to downward dog. A few breaths, pushing up through your hands. I don't care whether your heels on the floor or your knees are straight. What I want is a nice straight line from your hands all the way up to your bum, letting your chest sink down towards the earth. Then on the next exhale, taking your right foot one big step forward into a runner's lunge, and then bringing your left foot to meet, hip width apart, into a forward fold. And then inhaling, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way up, and exhale to mountain. Take a few breaths here, checking your alignment. Okay, arms up, and forward fold. This time, pistol grip your fingers. Let me show you. Okay, that's the pistol grip. And then I want you to take your fingers, palms facing each other between your big toe and your first toe. Wrap those fingers around your big toe. And let your elbows drop out to the side and drop your head. Bent knees is fine. Just letting your belly fall onto your thighs. And we'll just take a few breaths here. And then coming back up onto your fingertips, taking your palms face up underneath your foot with your toes coming up to your wrist joint. And let your elbows drop out and drop your head. and release. And then as you inhale, bringing your hands out from under your feet, rolling all the way up. Fingertips to the ceiling, back bend, and release your hands. Take a breath. Okay, we'll do our sun bees now. So inhaling, her arms forward and sit down in your chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into plank. Go through a vinyasa and we'll meet in downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, inhale your right leg up. Bring your hips square, and as you exhale, bring that foot forward between your hands, turning out your back foot 45 degrees, and then coming up, arms up, into a warrior one. And then exhaling your hands down, step back into plank through a vinyasa, and we'll meet again in downward facing dog. And as you go from downward facing dog, inhaling your left leg up, and exhale, bringing it to the front of the mat and turning out your back foot 45 degrees, coming up into your warrior one. Strong. Exhale, hands down, plank, through a vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog for a few breaths. And then lifting, inhaling your right leg up, and exhaling it to the front of the mat, turning out your back foot and come into warrior one again. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down, arms straight, front back, turning your torso to the left and turning your head to gaze over your front middle finger. And then turning that front palm up, come into your reverse warrior. And exhale, cartwheeling your hands back down to the floor and stepping back into a plank. So vinyasa. And we meet in down dog. Inhaling the left leg up. Exhale, stepping it forward and turning out the back foot 45 degrees into warrior one on the other side. Then exhale, bringing your arms down, shoulder height, forward and back, turning your chest to the right and gazing over your front fingers. Exhaling, cartwheeling your hands down into plank, do a vinyasa, and we'll meet in down dog for a few breaths. Okay, just move around however you like here, or stay still. On your next exhale, walking your feet to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. And then as you inhale, bringing your arms forward, your palms facing, and sit down in your chair. Check your knee alignment. Should be tracking so that you can just see your big toe and your first toe as you glance down. Look up between your hands and exhale to mountain. Take a breath. Inhale, arms forward, sit in your chair. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Stepping back, palms on the floor, into plank. through a vinyasa, and we'll meet in down dog. Then inhaling the right leg up, keeping it there, and bringing the leg so that it drops to the left. So you're opening your hips and just letting the weight of that leg stretch. And then with your next exhale, bring that foot forward to the front of the mat into a runner's lunge. So both feet are pointing forwards. Take a breath, sit really nicely into this lunge. Feeling a stretch down the front of your left hip and thigh. And then as you exhale, straighten the front leg, peeling that front foot off the mat and fold forward over that front leg. Take a breath here. And inhale, back up to your high lunge. Exhale, straighten leg, forward fold. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, into plank. Get through a vinyasa, we meet in down dog. And then inhaling the left leg up, opening the hips, dropping that heel, that foot down to the right, glancing up maybe over your shoulder, seeing that foot in your periphery vision, pushing up through your hands, really opening those hips out. And then as you exhale, bringing that foot forward into a runner's lunge, into a high lunge. So your feet are both pointing forward, they're parallel. And then as you exhale, fold forward over your front leg, straightening it and peeling that foot off the mat. Inhale into your high lunge. And exhale, fold over that straightened leg. Inhale, high lunge. And as you exhale, plant your hands, step back and through the vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog for a few breaths. Loose neck, just let your head wobble a little bit, just to check that you've not got tension in your neck. Chest dropping through towards your floor. And on your next exhale, stepping forward to the front of the mat into a forward fold, spreading your toes as you go. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. And then inhaling up into a chair, and exhale to mountain. Inhaling your arms forward and sit in your chair, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, plant your hands, step back through Vinyasa. Now we meet in downward facing dog, inhaling the right leg up and exhaling it forward, dropping your back knee into a low lunge this time. Coming up, resting your hands on your knee, and just let your hips sink. Relax those hips. Really let those sink down. And then as you exhale, folding forward over that front leg, peeling that foot off the mat and fold over that leg. Inhaling to low lunge and exhale to half Hanuman. Inhaling up and exhale, half Hanuman. Inhaling up And as you exhale, plant your hands, step back into downward facing dog. Inhaling the left leg up. Exhaling it forward, dropping your back knee and coming into a low lunge on the other side. Just really, really let those hips go. Really sink. And then as you exhale, bringing your hands forward, stretch forward, straightening your front leg, peeling your foot off the mat, and fold over that leg. Inhaling to low lunge. And exhale. Inhaling up. One more half Hanuman on this side. Coming up into low lunge. And planting your hands. And come into a downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths. That's all our sun salutations. Well done. Moving around, however feels good. And then as you inhale, coming up onto your toes, bringing your weight, your shoulders directly over your wrists, okay? And then bringing your feet to the front of the mat, into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, arms forward, sit in your chair, glance down, check the tracking of your knees, big toe, first toe, looking up between your hands, exhale to mountain. Just take a few breaths here, close your eyes, find some stillness. Okay. So now turning lengthways, spread your legs into a wide stance. So the outside edges of your feet are parallel with the outside edges of your mat. Bringing your hands onto your hips, your lower back. Inhale. Really opening your chest, looking up. And then as you exhale, fold from your hips, but keep that bend looking up, looking up, looking up. And last minute, drop your head. Letting your hands, if your hands do reach the floor, place your hands between, shoulder width apart, fingers pointing forward between your feet. And then just use those hands to push forward, to just bring yourself down a little bit more. If your head comes to the floor, then just change your stance so that you've got a bit of height under your neck. And then just check your neck is loose. Nod, shake, nice loose neck. And then as you inhale, rolling up, and then taking your hands and planting them at the right hand front of your mat, turning to face, taking your right foot behind your left hand, your right knee behind your right hand, and we're coming into a pigeon, okay? So your back leg is shooting straight out behind you, pushing up, and then as you exhale, folding forward and coming down, lying over that leg. Now your shin shouldn't be any further forward than parallel with the front of the mat. But you can have your heel coming right back. It's wherever you are, that's fine. Okay? Then relax. So you breathe out, relax your belly, all the muscles around that right hip. Inhaling for 4 through the nose. And exhale for 8 through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And then walking up with your hands, turn to the left so that you'll end up facing sort of towards that corner. Okay, you can move your bottom flesh out to the back, arms up as you inhale, and as you exhale, just fold over that left leg, bringing your head towards your knee. And relax. Inhaling for 4 through the nose. And exhale through the mouth for 8. Inhaling for 4 through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. And then just walking your hands up, turn to face the edge of your mat, bringing your left leg, bend the knee, bring your soles of your feet together into a butterfly pose. You might need some height under your bottom for this. If you do, quickly grab a block or something and just flap your knees a little bit. Don't do anything too strenuous. This is just a gentle flutter. Okay, and then I want you to take your left leg towards the back of the mat, turning to face the front, no, sorry, the other way now, aren't we? So turning towards the back of the mat, taking your right foot behind you and come into pigeon on the other side. Excuse me while I get my knee protecting. All right, so coming up straight, well, straight as you can upright, and then letting yourself come forward over that folded leg. Inhaling for 4. And exhaling through the mouth for 8, just letting it go. Inhaling for 4. And exhale for 8. One more time, inhaling for 4. And exhaling through the mouth for 8. And then slowly walking back up, turning towards the front left corner, keeping that left leg bent. And we're going to do head to knee towards the right leg now. So maybe move your bottom flesh out to the back and just let yourself relax over that leg. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And then inhaling back up. And turning to face the front of the mat into staff pose. So your legs are straight out in front of you, your feet are pointing up to the ceiling, bringing your fingertips to the floor, grow your spine, the chin is parallel with the mat. Maybe move your bottom flesh out of the way, and then looking up, bring yourself forward over your legs. Keep looking up, and then at the last minute, just drop your head and relax. And then as you inhale back up, okay, I want you to bend your knees and bring your feet to the floor. We're going to go into boat now. So we're balancing on our bottom. I want your back to be straight, your shoulders back and down your back, okay? So I don't want any bowing of your back. So you're balancing on your bottom, and then you're bringing your legs up, either your lower leg parallel with the mat or straight up, and your arms come straight in front of you, palms facing inwards, and then slowly coming down towards the mat, but don't come all the way down. And then coming back up into your boat, half boat or full boat, and exhale down. Coming back up, and exhale, almost down, but not quite. Inhaling up, and exhale, almost down. Inhaling up, and then this time coming down slowly, slowly, and slowly rolling your back down onto the floor, and come into a lying down position. Just take a couple of breaths. Okay, now you might want to move down your mat down towards the front of your mat now, so that you've got room behind you. So on your back, your knees bent, feet on the floor. And then just pushing your legs up, coming into a plough. So your feet are dropping down towards the floor. So uncomfortable if you've got a belly, this pose. Oh. Don't move your neck from side to side, you can damage it. And then slowly rolling back down into your back. And then we'll just do a little bit of headstand practice. But I got you worried. Right, so just to remind you, interlocking your fingers right up to the web, okay? And then crossing your thumbs, so you've got a sort of cup, and then you're taking your arms so that your back of your hand and your lower arm are straight. So you've got a straight line here. Okay, so coming to your wall, coming down and placing that setup on the floor, a little bit away from the wall, okay? So you need to feel that the outside edges of your forearms and the outside edge of your hands are really firmly on the floor. Okay. So just let your head drop down, coming up onto your toes. Now you want it to be pushing up through your arms for the whole of this. So you're not taking all of the weight with your head. And just bringing your legs up if you want to, or just walking closer and closer to your face. Check that you're pushing up through your arms. Maybe even push up so that your head comes off the floor if you're supported. And then very carefully, as controlled as possible, bringing your legs back down. Coming back to your mat. Okay, lying down. Let's do a back bend now. So, okay, so soles of the feet to the floor, knees hip width apart, feet hip width apart, palms flat down. Okay, so then I want you to roll your hips up off the floor peeling your back, coming up onto your upper back. Push with those feet. And then carefully rolling back down to the floor. Inhaling, rolling up, pelvis first, rolling up your back. Maybe pushing a little bit higher this time, and rolling back down. And then rolling back up. And then either stay here or come up onto your shoulders, interlocking your hand, your fingers, and then stretching your fists towards your heels. And really pushing up now. Really pushing up through those feet. And gently rolling back down. Bringing your knees up, putting a hand on each knee, and doing little circles. Changing direction. Moving around. Okay. So rolling over, coming up. I'm just going to do a squat. So I want you to put your feet on the floor, toes slightly turned out, feet apart, further than the hip width apart. And then we're just going to bend the knees and sit our bum down. Elbows onto the inside of the knees if you want to, putting your palms together to push with your elbows. The squat is a really good indication of your overall mobility. It's one that's really worth working on. Once you've got used to this, you can literally sit here for hours. Okay, and then dropping your hands to the floor, straightening your legs and bumping your bum up. And paralleling your feet, walking them in and fold. And then coming back down onto your mat, onto your back. Taking your arms out to each side at shoulder height with your palms facing up. Knees up towards your chest. And as you exhale, drop your knees towards your right armpit, letting them both come down, and then look over to the left for a nice twist. And then inhaling, knees back to center, and exhaling towards your left armpit and looking to the right. And back to center. Dropping your feet to the floor, let your knees drop out, bringing your feet together, soles of your feet together, and bringing your arms up ahead and holding your elbows. Relax your shoulders. And then change the crossing of your arms. And then releasing your arms, bringing your hands down so that you can use your up hands to gently bring your knees back up together, sliding your heels away. So your feet are wide, dropping out to the sides. The palms are facing up. Wiggle your toes, and then relaxing your toes and your feet, your ankles, working your way up your legs. And then just focusing on the pelvic area, releasing your glutes, the lower back, belly soft. And then feeling your back on the ground, and your shoulders just sinking in, all the way down the backs of your arms. Arms facing up, fingers relaxed. Pardon me. Just following your natural breath. And then just taking a few deep breaths. Come back to the surface. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Bend your knees. Bring your knees up and rolling slowly over onto your right hand side using your right arm as a pillow for your head. Keeping your eyes closed. And then planting your left hand on the floor in front of your face, just pushing up into a comfortable seated position. Sitting tall. Bringing your palms together, spreading your fingers. And bring the base of your thumb to your sternum. Namaste. Well done, everybody.